Is the Carabao Cup a major trophy? Yes or no, Rod? Let's get straight into it.
Let's go.
What's your opinion?
My opinion, go on. If you know me, you know it's not a big trophy for me.
Not all.
Not at all.
If Arsenal won it?
If Arsenal won it, I'd celebrate for 24 hours and then stop there. I wouldn't, scream and shout, carry on into the next season like United fans.
Knowing Rod, yeah, he's actually telling the truth. He's not just saying it for the camera.
Yeah.
Knowing Rod, he's that guy. And I feel like Arsenal fans, he's actually representing them. They'd feel like that as well because they never had much success and they don't really care for it.
Look, Arsene Wenger, what did he do? He used the tournament, the competition, to bring youth into the first 11,
100%. He always did. I think he was the first guy to bring that trend about. Fergie started copying him after that, if you remember. Then, all these other major clubs started doing it. Liverpool have always Klopp always does it now. He got a lot of criticism for it recently. Mm-hmm. And I think he was one of the managers that recently said, he basically said with his team selection that it's not a major trophy. I don't take it seriously. I'm not bothered if I get kicked out.
Yeah, I think it's only since Pep's come and City's dominance,
Reason being, they need to add trophies to their historical list of numbers.
Yeah, no.
Just get numbers up.
Yeah.
But France and Scotland are the only other two countries that I know that have a domestic League Cup. Obviously, the League Cup, for those that don't know, only consists of the Football League clubs. That's why it's different to the FA Cup, which consists of all the grassroots clubs.
Yeah, all the non-league clubs, yeah.
So, France are the only other one, and Scotland that I know of. Like you said earlier, Tim, when City won the bloody domestic treble, nobody cared. When they won the treble last season, that is their treble.
There you go. Nobody celebrates a treble of a Carling Cup, FA Cup and a Premier League. You're missing the big, mighty, European Cup there.
Exactly. And Liverpool paraded it last season, 2 cups.
2 cups, yeah.
Bit embarrassing.
They paraded 2 cups. That's because they anticipated a third one with the Champions League, which didn't arrive, obviously.
And they have to kind of stand on that, we've organised the parade.
No, that was Klopp's thing. He mentioned it. He goes, look, whether we win the Champions League, this is pre the final. Whether win it or not, they're still going to have a parade. Good on them. Quadruple
wannabes and that, they didn't get nowhere. They are the record holders of the Carabao Cup, 9-time winners. It started in 1960, win the 63rd edition of the Carabao Cup. And I've just read that Pellistri and Garnacho on fire, and obviously Subs Ugly Mug's not on this bloody podcast, is it? It's because he's watching that game there, celebrating. And that's why United fans celebrate the bloody Carabao Cup. That's the only success you've had in the last 10 years.
Obviously, they couldn't take their mind off the league and any other.
In the last 10 years, they've won 3 trophies, Rod. The Europa League and 2 Carabao Cups.
I give the Europa League some credibility.
No, definitely.
Because if you look at it now, the Europa League, it's not far off like Champions League, in the group stages, you still have these farmers, don't you?
Yeah.
However, deep into Europa League, you're playing Champions League teams.
And we actually watch the Europa League as well. And I mean, garners the interest of the football fan probably as much as the Champions League nowadays. You are right, especially recent seasons when these clubs have dropped down. Our clubs have dropped down. Arsenal last season, Juve.
Look, we've been there last 5-6 seasons.
Yeah.
We've not won it. Got to one final. We won't
Exactly.
speak about that. Baku.
He did get to a final. Yeah. Emery took it to the final. He's the expert as well. So, is the FA Cup a major trophy, Rod, and other domestic cups around Europe? Because sometimes, like Coppa Italia, in my opinion, is not seen as a major trophy, whereas the FA Cup is. Is that fair?
I'll give you a rundown. The FA Cup is the longest running cup competition ever. There you go, period. Yeah. And you can't consider a treble without winning the FA Cup.
I agree.
Look, 99 United won the FA Cup. City won it. They're parading the treble, which includes the FA Cup. That's it. That's argument done.
FA Cup is, and all domestic cups are as well then. So like Coppa Italia, because like you said, when Inter won it, they had to have the Coppa Italia part.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. So every, country, every major league that has a equivalent to the FA Cup there.
And it's a major trophy for that country, for that country's clubs. However, I think the FA Cup does trump them in terms of popularity and in terms of worldwide reach as well.
Yeah, it is a history, the magic of the FA Cup.
We always talk about, the calendar getting congested. Fans, especially managers, Pep Guardiola, the main one that we talk about. Klopp, he's come out plenty of times that there's too many fixtures now because of the nation leagues, friendly league getting added. Is the Carabao Cup an unnecessary hindrance for clubs?
Yeah. You might be onto something here.
Because a lot of them don't care if they get kicked out in the third round or not.
Honestly, if they scrap the Carabao Cup, I couldn't care.
You couldn't care.
Care.
I don't think a lot of fans would care. Let's be real, right? Like we said, I couldn't remember United fans celebrating that. I'm not taking piss here, by the way, and I don't think Roddy is. We're not trying to get at United. None of that at all. Yeah, I promise you, like, yeah, viewing this. It's just on a level. I think it's United fans who celebrated the most when they won it in the last.
And
10 years.
you know, when it comes to player, welfare and stuff, a lot of players, there's a lot of injuries nowadays. Why they're getting run down to the ground. Players are playing too many games. You cut out one competition, Mickey Mouse competition, that gives you more time to prepare for the major cups.
And the final point that I want to make here, because I've been in two minds, I'm going to make my mind up on the podcast. We should scrap it. I've been thinking about what we're talking here. The reason being, I can't remember a sick classical moment from the Carabao Cup, if you know what I mean. Except for Hazard solo against Liverpool off the right wing.
Yes.
Julio Baptista scored 4 goals in the Carabao.
Oh yeah, I remember.
The reason
that.
I remember that so clearly is because I did Baptista last week in the Streets compilation for the TikTok series, right?
Baptista.
Other than that, Rod, let's be real, in the Carabao Cup, it doesn't really make you sit off the edge of your seat. There's never been a classic.
Yeah, all I remember is, is it Jeremy Aliadier and Quincy Wusu-Abe?
There you are. All I remember is Arsenal losing to Birmingham, Chesney making a mistake, Obafemi Martins, and actually, no, I lie. The one I remember the most was when Bradford City, which is a major trophy for clubs in the lower level of the football ladder in Division 2, 3 and the Championship, they should be the ones who fight out the Carabao Cup because it's a big trophy for them.
Yeah.
When Bradford got to the final, they were in the 3rd division.
I reckon, look, if you have a European seed, you should be exempt from the competition. What do you think?
Yeah. If you win the League Cup, does it lead to you getting a place in Europe?
Yeah. Go on.
So then, yeah, you're right.
That's
then
an incentive for these
100%.
lower clubs.
That's a good one as well. Then maybe the top 8 Premier League clubs who get into the Conference League, they can't participate. But the ones that it's a shot for Europe for the teams that can't make Europe.
Yeah, there we go.
I think we have fixed the Carabao Cup. There you are.
Shake a
Thank
hand.
you very much. Like, share, subscribe and comment.
Yeah.